Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Dance Moms Abby's Studio Rescue. This is from 2014. It is one season. It's how many episodes in that season? 7 episodes. There's 7 episodes, and they're all about 40 minutes or so long each. I've made it no secret that I do not like reality shows because they are not real. I've seen them filmed in front of me. Yeah, I'm not going to say which ones, but I've seen them filmed, and I know what goes into staging surprises and twists and turns and conflicts. And to a certain degree, yes, there's a foundation of reality in which, in this case, Abby Lee Miller, who is the star of Dance Mom, she's the hard knuckled bare bones, ready to rumble type of woman who teaches little girls and teenagers, little boys too, just kids of all ages, how to dance in her studio outside in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And and she has to face off with the dance moms, who are always strongly opinionated, always bickering, and it's just a lot of Karen hair. It's a whole lot of helmet hair everywhere. So, but a lot of these things are, yeah, people have conflicts, people don't agree on things, people mess up, or they are just holding a grudge or something, and then they just ratchet it up. It might be at a 4, they bring it up to a 12. Or to keep it the Spinal Tap analogy, 11, but still pretty intense. And they have to cut it together in ways that builds up to a dramatic cutoff at the commercial break, and then they come back and they resolve it, or it escalates further, and it's a lot of teasing and a lot of just exaggerated nonsense in any reality show, not just this one. So I do not doubt that when Abby now goes on the road traveling to different studios around the country, a number of which are in California, but we start out in Rhode Island in the first episode, which is the only one I watch. It's the only one I need to watch because, again, I also don't like the Dance Moms shows because as brutal as Abby Lee comes off, at this point I don't know if it's really her and they're just exaggerating her for effect. So it creates a resonance with the audience to go, oh, I really hate her. She gets to play the villain because she is the one who puts people in their place and is screaming at little girls, which I do not like. Yeah, she's got to be tough. These people are in competitions and they got to win. And I don't have to like it. So I'm not going to watch it. It's not my thing that appeals to me. So yeah, it's not made for me. It's not made for me. Some people love the drama. They just eat it up. And I don't know if Abby's really like that or if this is just a cartoonishly exaggerated version of who she is, but when she shows up at this place in Rhode Island with all their New England accents, she is the girls in the place are all just like, oh my gosh, Abby's here. Either this is a great thing or we're all in trouble. They're all excited because she's a big deal. Everybody knows who she is. If I had never watched a single Dance Moms thing, maybe I would have known who she is. I don't know. I just don't. Yeah, I just know that there was enough of a very popular show that had kids in sparkly outfits dancing around while a woman screamed at them with bouncy hair. I knew that existed. So what we get here in this first episode is Abby surprising the owner of a dance studio in Rhode Island. I can't remember the name of the city, but either way, it doesn't matter, or the dance studio. But I will follow up on that in a minute. Warwick? No, I'm thinking of New Jersey. It's because of the W anyway, but it's in Rhode Island, and the setup is the same. It's it's a really shabby looking dance studio. It's really rough around the edges. It has the dance mom sitting in a room behind a window, watching over everything. They've signed contracts, by the way, to have their kids performing or learning at this school. Like I guess what happens is when you bring your kids to a dance school, you sign a contract that they're going to be at this place. They don't just go hop around, and when they're not satisfied, they don't get to just leave, break a contract. They don't get their money back, I guess, if they do. So it's kind of an investment in the girls and boys dancing careers, in a sense, um, in the competitive world and everything else. You could find some astoundingly talented dancers, and I do not doubt, by the way, from the original Dance Moms, I do not doubt that so many fantastic dancers that came out of that. I have a feeling most of them are just Instagram influencers now, or TikTok influencers, but still, they're certainly talented dancers. So what we do is we get Abby showing up in the middle of a class. All the girls are aghast and excited. Oh my gosh, a celebrity is amongst us. The owner is not at the dance studio. They're being taught by older teenagers and young adult women, who also seem to be a little put out that they're not really. It's just stuff's not getting done, and the owner is at home, even though her daughter is in class in the dance. She's doing dancing there. She's not there. She has anxiety, and she's really upset about everything, dealing with the moms, worrying about expenses, and getting over their heads, and everything else. It's just really intense. And, yeah. So somebody has to call her husband to get a hold of her to make her show up. And again, some of the stuff feels so staged. Even if it's not, it still feels so staged. And she finally comes down, and Abby just lays into her, tells her this and that. And while you get a tour of the studio. It's one of those like home makeover type of things, mixed with the dancing things, and just yeah. So it adds it's no longer all about Abby and the moms and the girls at her studio. It is 100% about home makeovers or studio makeovers, in addition to pushing these girls to learn a bunch of new dances and disciplines in 4 days so they could have a performance at the local theater dance stage thing, and the people from all over the community are going to come out and see it. Now, understand that if you're going to do any of this stuff, one, you got to get sign off from everybody on camera. Two, you need to have already not with 4 days, you would have had to already gotten the licenses to take over a venue, just contracting all sorts of things and people. Yeah, you could probably do that on the sly and not tell the local person, but get all that stuff put into place, and then the person running the studio goes, "Get out of here! Don't tell me how to do my job." No. Can you imagine all the time and investment that takes into there, and just go, "Oh, the lady that runs the thing just says no. She don't want to be on TV." Nope. Oh, you're going to make her look like an idiot? Yeah, she definitely doesn't want you to be here. And she doesn't want to get famous for being a bad instructor that you will make her out to be when you rail against her about this. Yeah. There's always that chance. So all of this is contrived. But the results, Abby, I hate to say this, but she does have a soft side, because she does hope for the best for these kids, to make sure that, one, they're getting decent training, and that they come out of it on the other side more skilled, more proud of themselves, and confident in what they can do. So it's a good thing, and to not just have it all be at her studio. It's a matter of her passing her wisdom to others. Still don't like the screaming at little girls and making them cry. But that's just me. That's not entertainment to me. So in the end here, of course, we go through the entire episode. The girls get the training. They get a bunch of people. By the way, this also takes time sometimes. A bunch of different people who, in order to upgrade the space, they don't show the whole thing. Like, remember one of those home makeovers with Ty and all those other people? It takes weeks. And a house nearby me, I remember going by there every so often. It took a whole lot longer to rebuild that house than it was ever portrayed on television. Like, this house wasn't even halfway finished by the time it appeared on television. They still had stuff to do. In this case, though, it's a studio. It's about walls and floors and making sure that there's no loose wires everywhere and broken glass for kids to step on. That's a big part of it. So there's better flooring put in, some things for them to hang and swing on and flip around, and the ballet bars and everything else. And that's great. That's fantastic. The place looked amazing. And then the performance happens, and all the kids do a great job, and everybody's proud. And everybody's like, "Oh, we're gonna do this forever. We're back. I feel confident." And it's they closed in 2017. Yeah. Actually, it probably closed a little bit sooner than that. I did my own research, because as soon as you see these kind of situations, first I couldn't remember what time period this took place, that it was in 2014. There's always that chance that COVID era just killed a whole bunch of businesses. And so I looked up the name of this dance class in Rhode Island, and it says permanently closed on Google Maps. Permanently closed. And of course then they provide news articles related to that afterwards. So all the kids are excited and happy, and the trainers are learning stuff, and the woman running the show, she's had a warrant for her arrest because she wasn't paying some of her instructors. At the end of this episode, they do a recap that says, "Oh, since this episode aired, or since we produced this episode, this has happened, this is so much better things. The woman who runs it is Lainey, or she's dealing with the moms. She's getting better teachers for the kids. There's master instructors and all this stuff." She stopped paying some people, and they sued her, and she still didn't pay them. And apparently there had to be they settled, and there was some sort of summary judgment, whatever it was, but it was enough that unfortunately shut down the process, to shut down the studio. So yeah, hopefully those kids went on to other studios and got the education and the training they deserve, that they did. And but yeah, unfortunately, a lot of this stuff fell apart. It's nothing that I'm not gloating over. I'm not happy about it or anything else. I want people to succeed in their dreams, even if it's on a show that I don't like. But it's the way it is. So we still have at least one, maybe two more Dance Moms related series, and there's new ones. There's also a documentary about it on Hulu that I can't watch this because it's not part of the Disney Plus thing. I'm kind of glad about that. But there's a documentary about the controversy, I guess. There's controversy around Abby. Don't know. And I think somebody made an independent film about the rise of Abby. Just looking through IMDb, that showed up. Yeah, I'm not even going to try. No. So yeah, I've talked way too much about this. I don't recommend this myself if you're anything like me, but if you're not and you love the drama and crying children and people full of hope while getting verbally beaten down by Abby, well, this is a show for you. Let's pick tomorrow's episode. 109. Okay, this is another, it falls into the documentary. Again, I say this pretty much all the time. We have 4 times as many documentaries, reality shows, and concert-related performance things than anything else. We have barely 20 series, we have barely 20 shorts, and we have barely 20 movies. We have about 80-some documentaries and reality stuff. This one, thankfully, though, is completely different than what we just saw, which is, yeah, Dance Moms. This is a concert-related thing, and I think it's K-pop or J-pop. I'm not really sure. We'll find out when we watch 17 Tour Follow Again. Yeah, I don't know. I know it's music related. So 17 Tour Follow Again is what we're watching next on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.